Does your car wish list have 6 or 7-seater SUVs on them, also within the 30 lakh bracket? Then this video is for you. Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I'm Anirjeet, and so with yesterday's price announcement and the launch of the Hyundai Alcazar, we Indians now have a lot on our plate if we are planning to buy a 6 or 7-seater big SUV. So let's take a look at a quick spec comparison between 5 leading 6 or 7-seater SUVs which are ruling the Indian roads right now. So we have here the new Hyundai Alcazar, the Tata Safari, 2 Mahindras, the Scorpio N and the XUV700 and the Kia Carens. Let's talk powertrains first. The Safari is the only one which has a solo diesel powertrain, while all the others have both petrol and diesel powertrains. Next, let's talk displacement. So multiple engines equate to differing displacements. The Hyundai Alcazar has a short range of 1482 to 1493 cc's with its 2 engines, which is the same case with the Kia Carens, also which has a higher 1497 cc petrol variant too. The Safari with its solo diesel has 1956 cc's. The Mahindras have the same engine variants on both the cars, putting out 1997 to 2184 cc's. SUVs are supposed to be big, and size does matter. So let's talk dimensions. The XUV700 is the longest at 4695mm, closely followed by the Safari at 4668mm and the Scorpio N at 4662mm. The Alcazar and the Carens are close competitors in this case with 4560mm and 4540mm respectively. The Safari is the widest at 1922mm, followed by the Scorpio N at 1917mm and the XUV700 at 1890mm. The Alcazar and Carens are equally wide at 1800mm. The 4x4 Scorpio N is the tallest at 1857mm, while the Carens is the shortest at 1708mm. The Hyundai, on the other hand, is marginally larger than the Kia at 1710mm, while the Safari stands tall at 1795mm and the XUV700 at 1755mm. What the Carens and the Alcazar fall short at, they make up with the long wheelbase. The Carens tops the chart with 2780mm, followed by the Alcazar at 2760mm. Both the Mahindras have the same wheelbase of 2750mm and the Safari is at 2741mm. Now the most important thing with SUVs, ground clearance. With 200mm, the Alcazar is the same as that of the XUV700. The Carens follows closely at 195mm, the Safari tops the chart with 205mm and the Scorpio N comes in last at 187mm. In terms of power output, the Hyundai engines churn out a range of 114 to 157 horses and the Tata puts out 167 horses. The Scorpio has a high range of 172 to 200 horses, followed by its sibling, the XUV700, which puts out 182 to 197 horsepower. The Carens doesn't vary that much in power output from its different engines and on an average churns out 113 horses. Power done, let's do torque. In terms of torque, it's no surprise that the diesel ducts perform better. So the XUV700 diesel tops the chart with the highest torque output of 450 Nm with the torque converter auto transmission, while the petrol engine churns out 380 Nm. The Scorpio comes in next with a similar range of 370 to 400 Nm on the petrol and diesel respectively. The Safari comes in next with 350 Nm and the Alcazar doesn't differ much on the torque output with the powertrain difference and has a close range of 250 to 253 Nm. The Carens is at the bottom of the chart with 144 to 253 Nm. In terms of transmission, the Carens tops the chart with 4 transmission options: a 6-speed manual, an IMT, a DCT and also a 6-speed automatic. The Alcazar comes in next with a 6-speed manual on both the petrol and the diesel, a 7-speed DCT for the turbo petrol, and the 6-speed automatic for the diesel. The Safari and the Mahindra siblings all have 2 transmission options at one 6-speed manual and one 6-speed torque converter automatic. Another important thing for an SUV, boot space. Now, as we are talking about 6 or 7 seaters, we will consider this with all the seats in place, which will make the boot space for all the cars pretty low. However, the XUV700 has the highest boot space of 220 liters, followed by the Carens at 216 liters and the Alcazar at 180 liters. The Scorpio N also has a boot space of in and around 200 liters. The Safari suffers here with less than 100 liters of boot space. However, as we all know, the moment you fold the third row seats, these measly figures go up much higher at 400 or even 500 liters, probably even more. The Mahindra siblings hold big fuel tanks. The Scorpio N holds 60 liters of fuel, while the XUV700 holds 57 liters. The Alcazar and Safari hold 50 liters each, and the Carens has a smaller tank at 45 liters. In terms of fuel efficiency, all the cars are tough contenders. The Hyundai Alcazar has an ARAI tested mileage of 17 to 20 kilometers per liter. The Safari gives a good 16 km per liter here. The Scorpio N provides with a mileage of 15.4 to 17 km per liter. The XUV700 petrol variant has somewhat of a lower end, but the diesel matches up with the rest at 12 to 16 km per liter. The Carens also remains competitive at a good 16 km per liter. Last but definitely not the least, price. The Hyundai Alcazar comes at a price range of 14.99 to 21.40 lakhs. The Safari with lesser number of variants comes at 16.19 to 27.34 lakhs. The Mahindra Scorpio N is priced with a wide range of 13.85 to 24.5 lakhs. The XUV700 also has multiple variants ranging from 13.99 to 26 lakhs. The Kia Carens has a price range of 10.52 to 19.94 lakhs. Also, a few special highlights. The Scorpio N is the only car with a 4x4 option, whereas the XUV700 also provides you with AWD on select variants. The other contenders do not sport 4-wheel drive on them. In terms of ADAS functions, the Scorpio N doesn't boast of any ADAS features. The Carens has level 1 ADAS, however, we're looking forward to level 2 on the facelift, which might be coming in soon, while the XUV700, Safari and Alcazar all sport level 2 ADAS features. Also, in terms of stars, the Tata Safari and the Mahindra brothers scored high 5 stars for adult protection on the GN cap, while the Carens had scored 3 stars. The outgoing Alcazar also had scored 3 stars too, but we are yet to know about the current one's fate at the safety tests. Whew, so much to consider before buying a car, huh? So let us know in the comments which one you are ticking off in your wish list. And for more such videos, stay tuned to Overdrive. I'll see you soon.